One of the biggest differences between the House and the Senate is the rules in which you can debate in both of those places. So, debate in the House of Reps is definitely more like strict. There's more limits on it, and that's primarily because there are so many more people in the House of Reps that you have to have more order over what's going on because there's more voices. Typically, each representative would be restricted to no more than 40 minutes of debate on a particular issue. So there are definitely like more limits on reps to be able to debate. One of the other major rules is they have to stay on topic. So if you're debating some sort of like tax bill, you just can't talk about other random stuff. Again, because there's so many people, there are time limits and limitations to what you can actually talk about. In the Senate, the situation is very different. There are definitely less rules on debate, and it's a little bit more informal during the debate process. So one of the unique things that you can do in the Senate is engage in what's called a filibuster, and this is the process of like literally talking a bill to death. So generally, the minority party would do this. So whenever political party has less members in the Senate, um, would try just to prevent a bill from being voted on because they know they're going to lose. So you essentially just take the floor and talk, 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 and try to prevent that vote from ever happening. The only way that you can stop a senator from filibustering, which is taking the floor and just talking and preventing the vote from happening, is to vote for what's called cloture. This is the process of getting the Senate to vote, and you need a minimum of 60 votes to stop the filibustering senator. Now, if you look at the current makeup of the United States Senate, there are 52 Republicans and 48 Democrats. With the 48 Democrats, you're also looking at really there's 46 Democrats and two independents that usually vote along with the Democrats. So you would think that under normal circumstances, the Republicans could win every single vote inside the Senate. However, this isn't the case because they don't have the 60 votes that's needed to stop a filibuster. The Democrats can essentially, even though they're the minority, prevent almost every vote from coming up, right? So that's the frustrating part. The filibuster was put into place to protect the minority party, so it wasn't just dictated to by the majority party, but it's used a lot more in modern times by the minority party to prevent the majority party from having its way. So these are the 7 rules of the filibuster. Any senator that engages in a filibuster can't leave the Senate. You can't sit down while you're talking. There's limits on what you can eat and drink. You're not allowed to stop to go to the bathroom. You don't have to stay on topic. That's the frustrating part for the majority party is that when the minority party begins to filibuster, you can literally talk about anything you want. You can also take questions from other senators in your party to kind of give your voice a little bit of a break. The record for the longest filibuster in the history of the Senate was from Strom Thurmond. He was a senator from South Carolina. He spoke for more than 24 hours straight to essentially oppose the Civil Rights Act of 1957 from going into effect. You see him holding the papers there. He basically filled a large majority of this 24 hours by ripping out pages of the phone book and literally just reading name, address, phone number, just to kill time. And the whole point of this was to prevent the vote from ever actually coming up. So you can imagine the frustration for the majority party that had the votes to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1957, but couldn't because of this filibustering senator. So again, the filibuster is an attempt by the minority party to prevent a bill from ever being voted on by just simply holding the floor and refusing to stop talking. And again, the only way this can be stopped is with 60 votes from your fellow senators.